After sacking Julian Nagelsmann last season, Bayern Munich brought in Thomas Tuchel to try and compete for the treble. They were in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, latter stages of the DFB Pokal, and top of the Bundesliga. Tuchel got knocked out in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, embarrassed by Manchester City, lost to Freiburg in the DFB Pokal, and barely won the Bundesliga because Dortmund completely bottled it. Things were not looking good last season, however, with the transfer business they've got done and the potential signing of Harry Kane, which looks like it almost will definitely happen, I think Bayern Munich are cooking. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and if you're old, welcome back. Let's start off with Bayern Munich's outgoings, and their sales have definitely been impressive. Sadio Mane was an absolute disaster of a signing. They bought him for 32 million euros and they sold him for 30 million euros, only making a 2 million loss on a disastrous signing that Bayern Munich did not want. He was causing trouble, to say the least. They've also sold Lucas Hernandez, who spends most of his time injured. They sold him for 45 million euros to PSG. Very good move again. Also, Sabitzer was sold, player they didn't want, shipped off to Man United last year on loan. They've sold him for 19 million, and Jan Sommer, who was only brought in for 6 months because Neuer was injured, for 6 million euros, making a total of 101 million euros in sales. Keep in mind they've not sold any key players. Lucas Hernandez showed occasional quality, but he was very injury prone, and they've signed a better centre back for just 5 million more. But I'm going to tease it out and talk about the free transfers first. Raphaël Guerreiro, what a signing that is. So impressive for Dortmund. He can play midfield, left back, more of an attacking role. Brilliant player. He is 29, which surprised me. I thought he was a little bit younger, but to nab one of Dortmund's best players on a free transfer, that is incredible business. Now you have Davies and Guerreiro competing for the left back. Guerreiro can compete for a midfield spot as well, maybe a further up spot. Very versatile player, good player to have in a squad. Very good signing. Now for me, one of the signings of the summer is Konrad Laimer on a free transfer. This lad is incredible. The reason Leipzig can have so many attacking players is because this guy will do all your defensive work for you. He is an absolute machine. He will run all day. Brilliant midfielder for Thomas Tuchel to have, and to take him off one of your rivals as well in true Bayern Munich fashion. Considering Goretzka's poor form last season, I really do think Laimer can establish himself as a starter for Bayern Munich, and he will look like an absolute bargain because they've paid absolutely nothing for him. And now onto the big one so far, Min-jae to Bayern Munich for 50 million euros. I love this signing, and I can just think of that back two of De Ligt and Min-jae. It is just frightening for any opposition striker. That is just beautiful. Min-jae was brilliant last season. He was one of the standout defenders in Europe, getting interest from the likes of Man United, Liverpool, but it was Bayern Munich that paid the 50 million euro release clause, and it's an absolute bargain because he is a fantastic defender. And now let's get on to the biggest one that hasn't been official yet, but a fee has been agreed, over 100 million euros for Harry Kane. A fee between Bayern Munich and Tottenham has been agreed. Personal terms have been agreed. They're just waiting for Harry Kane's final green light. And this might sound crazy, but signing Harry Kane or not signing Harry Kane is the difference between winning the Champions League for me, for Bayern Munich. I think if they get Kane, they're one of the favourites, definitely. Harry Kane is one of the best strikers on the planet. He was playing for an awful Spurs team last year and still scored over 30 goals in all competitions. He probably does that for any team in the world. Now think about him playing for Bayern Munich with better service. He's going to score 30 to 40 goals. I think Bayern are definitely one of the favourites for the Champions League if they get Harry Kane, because in goals you're going to have Manuel Neuer when he comes back from his injury. Kepa, it looks like he'll be a target for a backup goalkeeper. He'll do a job for a couple months, but Neuer will be back for the business end of the season. Right back, Benjamin Pavard, decent option. Centre back pairing of Min-jae and De Ligt, that is absolutely beautiful. Left back, you have Guerreiro and Davies competing for a spot. The two midfielders in the pivot, you have your choice between Goretzka, if he gets back on form, Konrad Laimer, Joshua Kimmich, all fantastic players. Then playing behind Harry Kane, you have the options of Sané, Gnabry, Thomas Muller, Kingsley Coman, Jamal Musiala. So many fantastic players. This Bayern Munich team looks absolutely unreal. And then you think about players in their squad like Choupo-Moting, Upamecano, Gravenberch, Mazraoui, Stanisic, Matthias Tel, who looks like a very promising forward. Things are looking good. Goretzka's a player I really like, but he was poor last season. If he gets back to his best, like in 2020, along with Joshua Kimmich, I think that Bayern Munich will have an absolutely amazing season, could potentially win the treble, and in 9 months' time, I'll be talking to you about Bayern Munich being champions of Europe once more. Tuchel is an incredible coach. I've no doubt he can get this team going. Life at Bayern, it hasn't started brilliant, but I do think with the transfers he's brought in, he's creating his own squad, and he will bring Bayern Munich back to greatness. And this upcoming season, Bayern Munich are looking scary. But let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Bayern's transfer business? This video could look completely wrong if Harry Kane for some reason decides to stay at Spurs, not play any European football, and just go for the goal record set by Alan Shearer. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. If you want to support the channel that experiment more, feel free to become a channel member. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.